It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Timberwolves, they know it's always tougher winning on the road, facing a solid team, but one with weaknesses. They'll look to take advantage and steal the win. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off, coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
If it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it can only mean one thing. Welcome to Cleveland, Ohio. Timberwolves continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. This game marks the end of the stretch at home for the Cavaliers, back on the road tomorrow. These guys facing good ball clubs and will continue to over the upcoming stretch of games, even more critical to notch a win in this one.
Well, I think for Cleveland, they haven't been the kind of fierce competitors here in the early season that they were just last year. Not even close. Could this be a team about to take a giant step backward?
It might be a little bit early to make that kind of declaration, but one big hot streak, they'll be right back on top.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Jimmy Butler was the 30th overall pick in 2011, and he never forgets the hard work that made him a star out of a small town in Texas. Now, he says, I think it comes from not having much all my life. Coach Thibodeau said he became an all-star, got paid. None of that changed him. I don't think you can change him. Guys?
Great story, David. Thank you. In the early going here, Doris, we're already seeing a continued trend, putting 5 guys on the floor who can hit the face-up jumper.
Well, this is the new age in the NBA. The floor spacing is incredible because when you've got 5 face-up guys, all of whom can put the ball on the deck, all of whom can shoot, it creates so many driving lanes. And the origin of this, to me, goes back to the last Spurs NBA championship. It was such pretty basketball, the movement, the flow. That, to me, was the starting point for all this.
Team's kind of playing outside in, and it's fun to watch the change. And it's the Cavaliers to start out. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. And it's Jang in at the 5. Now, here's Sexton. 4 on the clock. Here's Nance. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Larry Nance, unafraid of a level of physicality. You love the confidence this guy is playing with.
Gibson with it. He's picked up by Nance. Takes the 13-footer, and he overshot that one, missing. Here's Osman, defended by Butler. Osman, the pass to Nance. Back to Osman. A step-back shot here. Here's Sexton. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
T kicks to Zhang. Now here's Wiggins. 11 points for him in that last game against Chicago. and misses it off the right side of the rim. Nance against Gibson. Nance finds Johnson. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Sexton. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Searching for their first points of the game. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Johnson, the pass to Nance. Baseline jumper. Nance controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nance has got his second bucket of the night.
Don't you love guys who are willing to do the dirty work? Larry Nance's activity making him a factor on the rebounding aspect.
Now here's Wiggins. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's his first foul. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Teague against Nance. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That's his first foul. So it's the Timberwolves now. 4-point game. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good by Butler.
Well, over the course of time, Jimmy Butler has so improved his range. Now more capable of stretching the defense. That's pretty.
Now here's Sexton. Last game 26 points. No coverage that time. Johnson's got his first basket. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
I mean, a tough one. Faced some serious intensity in terms of that comeback, and they just got overwhelmed in that fourth quarter. Unfortunately, just couldn't stay in the game long enough to force overtime.
And here is Johnson after the three-pointer from Jeff Teague. Johnson outside. Pass to Osman. Just 3 to shoot. They grab their own miss, and Gorgie Jang is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Shot clock at 6. He was all alone on that one.
Good to see Sexton knock it down from deep, a shot he needs to add to his arsenal.
Year after year, the Timberwolves have the NBA's most grueling travel schedule. A lot of miles to cover in the West.
Kevin, if you add up their flights in a season, they could circle the globe more than twice. And let's remember, there's no frequent flyer miles here either.
Here's Osman, defended by Butler. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Sexton. He's right around 17 points a night, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Now here's Wiggins. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. That one goes. Count it.
Well, he's still adding upper body strength, but boy, Andrew Wiggins helping him to score in traffic.
Here's Sexton. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Kicks to Nance. 5 to shoot. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, Larry Nance, because of the athleticism and the burst off his feet, is incredible on the interior. Look out.
Butler finds Jang. Back to Butler. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they felled the Wolves.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup. Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
The Cavaliers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Thompson dishes to Sexton. And Butler sends it back.
Terrific anticipation. Butler reads that play, sends it back.
Teague left side. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, a little show and tell from the Butler. Jimmy giving the fans their money's worth.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind it. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers. Clarkson comes in for Jetty Osman. The free throw drops for Butler. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
And in the offseason, riding around in a van with the baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Now here's Johnson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston. Pass to Sexton. Clock at 6. Let's go. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Teague. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Teague's got 5.
Well, don't you love how Teague is able to maintain control? He absorbs the hit, finishes through the contact. I tell you, this guy is not shy.
Now, here's Frye. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston.
Yeah, Kev, he was a standout on the backboards that night and got a number of big rebounds.
Sexton with it. Teague covering. With the teardrop in deep. Sexton drops it in. He has 5.
You know, crafty at just capitalizing there on the floater. Give Sexton room to shoot that shot, and he's going to take it.
Johnson against Wiggins. And there's the pass to Butler. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Clarkson surveying the floor. From the arc. Rebound by Jang. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Stolen by Clarkson. The 3. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Well, that's a prime example of why Tristan Thompson is considered one of the best offensive rebounders in the game right now.
Teague kicks to Wiggins. Passes to Jang. 3 on the clock. Butler, no good. Cleveland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Sexton, a shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Sexton's got 7.
You know, you got to respect Sexton's scoring ability. The closer he gets inside, the more effective he is.
Butler in the corner. Shoots over Clarkson. Shot's good from Butler. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Back to Thompson. Dishes it to Clarkson. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jimmy Butler.
And Jordan Clarkson is a player who is looking for his shot whenever he gets the ball. Can distribute enough, but it isn't his top priority. Very dangerous when left alone outside.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Clarkson. And with Clarkson, as good as he is outside, Greg, he prefers to shoot off the dribble than on the catch.
Yeah, and it's why Clarkson gets labeled a high-volume, low-efficiency guy. Terrific on catch-and-shoot chances. I think if he played more towards his strengths, he could put together a career year.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Hill in for Sexton.
The one thing with Clarkson, sometimes he can get a little out of control. And he does a tremendous job creating offense and putting himself in a position to attack.
Tolliver for 3. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Bucks. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And checking out Cleveland, 9 games back.
And right now for the Cavaliers, they're a team searching for a way to take a leap forward this season. So far, here in the early going, that leap has not existed.
Yeah, it hasn't been all bad, though. I mean, they've had some nice wins, and even if they're not an elite-level team, they still have the look of a playoff team.
It's stolen by Jones.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick, and what good work there to get in the way of it.
Back to Dang. Shot clock at 5. Tries a 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Clarkson with the ball. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. And Thompson kicks to Korver. Outside Hill. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. There's 1:38 left in the first. Cans it from downtown.
And really the defense not organized on that inbounds play, and boy do they pay the price with the triple.
And here's Clarkson. To the paint, here's Korver. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
What I love about Kyle Korver is he consistently does what he does at an incredibly high level. You're talking about one of the great shooters of his generation, and he was a key part of their turnaround from the early struggles they experienced.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Doris Korver was as efficient as he's always been, but also seemed to hit some big shots for the team.
Well, Korver just fits in so well with what they try to do offensively. Even at his age, he keeps defenders honest from both the 2- and 3-point territories.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul, and he's on his way to the free throw line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
For Minnesota, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the Cavaliers were so good at so many things last season, Doris, but the defense had lapses.
Well, you could go a step further and say the defense was poor over the last couple of years for the Cavaliers. When you look at the metrics, they were bottom 3 in a lot of those metrics. This is a team that relied on its offense to win games. They made no secret about that.
Shots good by Clarkson. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Jones against Hill. Jones the pass to Nunley. Right side, Dang. 6 to shoot. That one misses. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Now, here's Clarkson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
This, to me, is when Clarkson is at his best. When he's pushing the action, being aggressive, it carries over to the rest of the team, guys.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. And that one released in time, but no good.
Clarkson using his combination of size and speed to affect the shot. That's really good defense.
It's a tie game here in Cleveland. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Feelings are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. You know, try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, you love the determination. It seems like every rebound is theirs for the taking. They are overwhelming the opposition.
They've got Kyle Korver. Hill is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Channing Frye, and it's Nance in at the 4 spot. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Now, here's Clarkson. Outside Hill. Three-pointer, and he's good on the 3-ball. Hill's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Cavs. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Pass to Nunley. Here is Tolliver, guarded by Frye.
The defense lost him there, and he should have made him pay.
And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
3rd foul of the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Cleveland. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Gibson's checked in. Hill looking it over. He kicks it to Fry. The dish now to Korver. 5 to shoot. Here's Hill. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played.
I think the one constant with Tom Thibodeau is you can always hear his voice the entire game. Doesn't matter if you're up 20 or down 20, you will hear Tom Thibodeau on the sideline.
Here's Hill, following the score by Taj Gibson. Hill kicks to Osman. Over Gibson. And that one's good. Osman's got his first points of the night. And hearing Coach Tom Thibodeau, some have described his voice as part growl, part bark.
He's very intense, Kevin, and I think the one thing you know about Tom Thibodeau, he likes to say, there is a price to pay. It's all about the work you put in.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Now here's Dang, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Okogie connects from three-point range. And that ties it up.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. Here's Dang, following the score by Cleveland. It's tipped. They retain possession. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And, well, a chance now to check out Larry Nance. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. 6th in shooting percentage, and he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from three, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. And it's Korver off the drive. Count it.
Kyle Korver sending a message, I'm not just a three-point shooter. Give him an opportunity close, and he takes advantage.
Left side, Gibson. Hill against Jones. Over Hill. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to Houston. Back to Korver. Cleveland moving it around. Hill finds Fry. Over Gibson. No good from Fry. Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside, Jones. And stolen by Fry. Outside for Korver. That 3 off the mark.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. He almost never get that wide open a look.
And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for Channing Frye. Outside Butler. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Cleveland making a change here. Sexton's checked in. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Jones. Now Wiggins. over Johnson. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Well, we've seen a few true marksmen enter the league lately, Doris, which may someday be in the conversation of best shooter in the league. Any names come to mind?
Wow, this is a great one to try to, forecast into the future. Certainly you think of a guy out in Phoenix by the name of Devin Booker, an explosive scorer, can do it in a lot of different ways, but when he starts to cook from beyond the arc, boy, it is really something special to watch. Lauri Markkanen in Chicago, as that team continues to try to rebuild and reload, he becomes even more dangerous if they can put some talent around him. Those are just two names. Jason Tatum proved that he was probably a better shooter from deep than people thought.
Here's Sexton, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Korver with it, now defended by Wiggins. Johnson for three. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Outside Teague. Over Nance. That one a little long. Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Johnson dishes to Sexton. Here's Osman, defended by Butler. 5 to shoot. Osman kicks to Sexton. Over Teague. Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got 9. Timberwolves trail. Teague feeling it out a bit. Pass to Chang. Now here's Wiggins. He's covered closely. Good.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Sexton the pass to Osman. Johnson kicks to Osman. Takes the three. Rebound by Jang. The Timberwolves shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Yep, that one goes.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 9. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him.
I'll tell you, with that being his second foul, now you've got to be more careful. You can't give the officials any excuse to whistle him for number 3 before the end of this half.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Kyle Korver. The Timberwolves also with the sub, Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Taj Gibson. Just 5 to shoot. Sexton kicks to Nance. Over Teague. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Jang's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Butler. It's stolen. Here's Osman, defended by Butler. The pass to Sexton. Got it. Good job in the low post. Sexton's got 4 points this quarter. The Timberwolves shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Jang against Thompson, and Jang kicks to T. Back to Jang. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Jang's got his first 2 points of the night.
Listen, this guy's shooting it well enough these days, is Gorgui Dieng. You might want to run him off his spot and make him put it on the deck.
Whistle blows, basket is good, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And Colin Sexton, when it comes to scoring, the man shows you a little bit of everything.
Loves to drive it, loves to attack inside, improving his consistency from range. But what I love about him is the aggressiveness. This guy is always in attack mode.
On the free throw, no good. And this last offseason, one that every Cleveland fan dreaded, LeBron hitting free agency. And Doris, they were right to be worried.
And now the challenge for the Cavs organization is replacing a player of LeBron's magnitude. This is a group that still has talent, but it certainly has to think about rebuilding. It was an incredible second stint for LeBron in Cleveland, but the Cavs will surely be a whole new team without him.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Minnesota. Trailing by 2. They host the Spurs after this one. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Nance against Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the baseline. Nance with some nice D. Cleveland's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Johnson surveying the floor. Nance, right side. Down low. Sexton. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Butler.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
That's short off the rim.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Butler against Clarkson. Kicks it to Johnson. The 15-footer. That shot, no good. A tight game here in Cleveland. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I agree. It seemed like they were very dependent from the three-point stripe, and it made things way too easy for the defense.
And here are the Cavaliers now after the basket by Minnesota. Clarkson finds Johnson. Off target with the open look. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 40% since the beginning of the second quarter. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Buries the long-range jumper.
Kevin, as dangerous a scorer when he feels his rhythm and pace as there is in the league. Jimmy Butler cooking right now.
Clarkson against Wiggins. Now, here's Clarkson, guarded closely. And stolen by Wiggins. Got it off in time. An amazing shot, just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
Unbelievable turn of events. He knew it was good from the moment it left his hand.
Jimmy Butler has been on display for Minnesota. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Tyronn Lue. Coach, how do you think the team performed defensively in that first half?
Well, they got off to a good start, but then I thought we settled in and started playing a little bit more defense.
Got locked in as the game went on. Thanks, Tyronn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. He's got one of those streaks going lately where it doesn't seem like he can be stopped. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. When we talk about Jimmy Butler, he doesn't just give you production, he gives you toughness. Physical wing with good athleticism, tremendous two-way player who will also fight you on the boards. He played with a lot of tenacity in the first half, which I thought set the tone.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Their three-point shooting in the first half was atrocious. Ugh, ugly, awful, nasty. It's not that they're just missing shots. It's like they just keep taking the shots. Hold on, Ernie. Hey, you! Whatever your number is, stop shooting the three. See, Ernie, that's all the coach got to do. Tell them stop shooting the three. Pass, cut, work together, do something.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Welcome back, folks. So much to do here in downtown Cleveland. And East 4th Street right in the heart of it all. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, the first half, what a thing of beauty. He was just living in the lane.
How special is it, Greg, to watch a guy who's able to get into the paint with speed and consistency? They cannot let him get inside like that.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt, and it's Jang in at the 5 down low. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's Osman, passes it to Sexton. Knocked loose. Thompson, high post, pass to Osman. Over Butler. And it's wide right, hits off the rim. Timberwolves leading by 5. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And that sends Andrew Wiggins to the free throw line. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Andrew Wiggins, the number 1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
One shot.
Free throw good, Wiggins. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Johnson can't get it to go. And here's the break. That's a 2 from Butler. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And now a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Johnson. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. To the inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. In Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler, 2 pretty different stories for these Timberwolves teammates.
About as opposite as you could get in terms of your entry into the NBA. Andrew Wiggins, the former number 1 overall pick. Jimmy Butler, the 30th pick. Wiggins is the son of professional athletes, a blue-chip prospect. Butler's background, a guy who's had to scrap and claw his way every step of the way. So interesting to see how these two grow together and work together to help this team win.
The first free throw is good.
Well, what you love about Jimmy Butler to me is he can carry an offense. He can also affect the game with his high-level defense. That is the rarest of rare combinations.
And so Butler nails both of them.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Well, the Timberwolves last year finally broke through that 14-year playoff drought, but they made it very clear that's not enough. This is a team with much bigger aspirations.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Thompson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Pass to Osman. 5 on the clock. Can they get it?
Ugh, ugly start. to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, with all the turmoil in the Cavs locker room last season, some wondered if head coach Tyronn Lue's job could be in jeopardy. Despite leading the team to its first championship in 2016, Lue, like a lot of coaches, finds that his future in the NBA is always subject to speculation. Kevin?
All right, DA, thank you. And the Timberwolves, Doris, plan to be aggressive, getting bounced in the first round, not going to satisfy them.
They've made it clear they want deep playoff runs and a chance to compete for titles. To do that, they understand they'll need to get a lot better.
And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Minnesota making a switch here. Jones has checked in. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Osman, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's Sexton. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
And, of course, Colin Sexton. His college team once had to finish a game with only 3 players.
Yeah, and he scored 40 that night. I mean, almost led him to a victory. He loves to play under the bright lights, brings great energy and enthusiasm every night.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Cleveland.
One shot, mind the lanes.
You know, Doris, for a long time, few people realized how efficient the three-point shot can be, the extra point making such a difference. Why do you think it took a while for that thought process to hold?
Well, I think obviously we have advanced metrics, and the reason we have advanced metrics is there are more ways to monitor the things that happen between the lines, right? There are cameras everywhere. We can track people's data via computer programs. But I think one of the interesting things to me, Kevin, is that Steph Curry really has changed the logistics of what defines a quality shot. Here's a guy who steps across half court, and when he does, he's in range. So the influence of Steph Curry cannot be understated.
Great example. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, Gorgui Zhang, as a big man, is an excellent passer. That's a pretty look.
Here's Osman. He dishes it to Sexton. Thompson, left side. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Dishes it to Gibson. They get a hand on it. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And Sexton slams it in.
You know, we've seen this with Sexton in college, and he can get into a zone and just take over a game offensively.
Now here's Jones. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
A different look now for Cleveland. Fry comes in for Larry Nance. And it's Hill in for Sexton. And a change for the Timberwolves. Deng's checked in. Here's Gibson. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And they double up Butler. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 12 points for Andrew Wiggins.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Hill kicks to Korver. And there's the pass to Fry. Here's Osman, covered by Wiggins. 6 to shoot. Launches it. And it's Osman missing.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Butler feeling it out a bit. He kicks it to Wiggins. Over Fry. And it's Wiggins missing. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Osman the pass to Hill. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Thompson dishes to Hill. Over Butler. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside, Jones. The dish to Wiggins. To the left side wing. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Hill.
Well, out in transition, George Hill knows the spots he needs to get to. Terrific job on the finish.
Now, here's Wiggins. He's got 12. The fader. And that one hits back iron. Cavaliers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Outside Hill. Butler kicks to Jones. Outside Dang. Fires from 14. And no good that time. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Over to the left wing. Here's Osman, defended by Butler. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Clarkson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Here's Jones. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Nunley. Dang up top. Okogie. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Here's Clarkson. The Cavaliers again can't hit. To the middle. Dang finds Jones. Here is Tolliver. Now here's Dang. Tolliver the pass to Dang. His three-pointers off the mark.
It's amazing the success they've had with him shooting this way. 0 for the night.
Pass to Hill. Pulls up on the elbow. It's deflected. Jones with it. Okogie. He's covered by Clarkson. Out to the right wing. Okogie. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
They're fortunate to be in front, given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Jones against Hill. Thompson outside. Kicks it to Korver. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. In the corner, it's Clarkson. But they'll get another chance. Here's Fry. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Yeah, just carving out a look in the mid-range area. Fry showing he's not just a long-range bomber.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
I think sometimes that's all it takes, right? We'll see if it helps them moving forward in this one.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Channing Frye. Teague, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Minnesota leading by 9. Okogie, he's covered by Clarkson. Pass to Teague. Now the pass to Tolliver. puts it up from 15, and that's an air ball. Not even close. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
To the middle, here's Johnson, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Johnson's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, Johnson isn't just an outside shooter. This guy is a versatile, talented scorer in the paint. Well, you think about the Cleveland Cavaliers' journey last season. It was filled with so many ups and downs. They ultimately end up as the 4th seed, and it didn't matter. They still get to the NBA Finals.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
There's a physicality that Joe Johnson brings to the offensive end. So skilled at getting his body into the defender.
And, of course, Doris, the Cavs were the 4th seed last season, but still came out of the East.
Yeah, but, Kevin, it was clearly a team that had to adjust early in the year to the loss of Kyrie Irving, and then they had to readjust again with the reshuffling of players at the trade deadline. Somehow it all comes together, and they secure a 4th straight trip to the NBA Finals. Incredible journey.
He's off on the first.
Well, we know Joe Johnson is a multi-time All-Star, and though his role has changed, he's still got that gorgeous jumper, Kev.
And Cleveland making a change here. Nance is checked in. He hits the second from the line. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Day. It's stolen by Nance. Pass to Clarkson. The Cavaliers have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight, 6 of 9 to be exact.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Free throw good, Clarkson. And last summer, Minnesota's front office saying, Doris, they would like the Wolves to lean more on their bench.
It would be nice for Coach Tom Thibodeau to have the luxury of guys coming off the bench that he can trust. You've got to fortify the bench and then trust them to perform.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. Minnesota leading by 5. T kicks to Zhang. A minute 20 left in the third. They need this one, and Thompson sends it back.
Oh, the former Longhorn Thompson really elevating for the rejection. Love the energy, guys.
Pass to Hill from deep. Drains it from beyond the arc. Hill's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Well, you simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
And here's Clarkson. 8 points for him. For the tie. And the basket by Johnson. Johnson's got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Zhang. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Well, a point guard must understand window of opportunity, and Jeff Teague specializes in exactly that.
Here's Clarkson. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
And I think that's exactly what you'll see here, right? They don't want the other team getting that final look.
Outside Hill. Now Clarkson. Missed. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Timberwolves ahead, up by 2. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. The Cavaliers trailing. Nance and Thompson are up front. Clarkson is out there with Sexton. And it's Johnson in at the 3. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. That shot misses.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Outside Teague. Jang inside. He's covered by Thompson. And Jang gets it to go.
Well, the power and length of Gorgui Dieng. He holds up well in traffic.
Sexton dishes to Clarkson. And Gorgui Dieng is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Butler, he's checked in for Minnesota. Here's the pass to Sexton. And Nance kicks to Clarkson. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Timberwolves leading by 4. Wiggins with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Wiggins against Johnson. Wiggins finds Butler. Back to Wiggins. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Well, a case where he dominates in close, but Wiggins so versatile on offense.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Thompson passes to Clarkson. And another miss by Cleveland.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
And not just sustaining the lead, they're adding to it.
Right, and this is precisely what you want to do. Build up the lead and keep the pressure on.
Here's Clarkson. Jimmy Butler making his last shot.
Well, you think about the Minnesota Timberwolves becoming one of the premier offensive teams in the league. They have a huge advantage in free throw attempts and limiting turnovers. 2 things that have really set this group apart.
Free throw good. Clarkson. Taj Gibson's checked in for Anthony Tolliver. And both free throws good for Clarkson. 2nd minute off the clock now in the fourth. T kicks to Butler. He dishes it to Dieng. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, the Cavaliers. 6-point game. Butler against Clarkson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now here's Butler. Guarded closely. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Clarkson with the ball. Picked up by Teague. Johnson for three. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jang. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And Nance kicks to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Butler against Clarkson. Butler, no good. And so Clarkson will bring it up for Cleveland. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And the jam by Larry Nance.
The very definition of a high flyer, Larry Nance, my goodness.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Teague from the high post. Rebounded by Clarkson.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And guys, this has got to be more of a team effort. Right now, he's playing all for himself.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Andrew Wiggins with the statement finish.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Sexton kicks to Johnson. To the inside. Here's Thompson. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And Cleveland making a change here. Osman's checked in. Thompson no good on the free throw. Well, and Tristan Thompson's someone who has fallen off greatly in production, Doris, the last few seasons.
Right. Tristan Thompson at his best is a guy who scores efficiently, but really his defense and rebounding are what he's got to hang his hat on.
Here's Osman following the score by Taj Gibson. Johnson, good.
Joe Johnson showing off that sweet touch from deep. Wow, what a dangerous three-point threat.
Outside Butler. Outside Gibson. Butler on the wing. The teardrop falls in. Butler's got 4 points this quarter.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Now, here's Sexton, defended by Gibson. Here's Nance. Great D that time from Teague. Timberwolves leading by 5. There's the triple. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Passes it to Teague. And here is Butler. Lets it go from deep. Buries it from three-point range. Butler's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Sexton with it. Picked up by Teague. Here's Sexton. And there's the feed to Thompson. Out to Nance. Cleveland moving the ball around. And it's Osman missing. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And they double up Butler. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And Gibson kicks to Zhang. The kick outside to Butler. 5 on the clock. Fires it up. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And the Cavaliers call time here. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade, replenish your energy for the late game push. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them that they're getting it done in the paint. He said, they can't guard us inside, guys. Keep taking it to them. Pound it down low. We'll see if they keep it up, Kevin.
Outside Teague. Wiggins against Johnson. Pass to Butler. And they double up Butler. No good from Gibson. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Johnson right side. Pass to Osman. Knocked away. And stolen by Butler. All alone. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, that's quick hands and a quick mind by Jimmy Butler. Creates the turnover, gets right out in transition.
Well, Cleveland shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. And Nance kicks to Johnson. To stop the run. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
A physical basketball there, and in the best sense. A hard screen allows him to shake the defender and get to the bucket for the layup.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Now here's Teague. He kicks to Jang. Butler at the elbow. And it's Osman with the rebound. Osman's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Sexton has it in the corner. Dishes it to Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. Fades back, and that's off the glass and in.
Well, Kevin, we know Joe Johnson is a dynamite scorer from the mid-range. You better stay attached to him in that area.
T kicks to Wiggins. Now here's Butler. Tight defense on him. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And it's Johnson with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 7. The pass to Sexton. 13 feet away. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Teague dishes to Butler. Back to Teague. Feeds to Wiggins. And Gibson kicks to Teague. No one near him. And good, he nails it. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Well, that's just a beautiful release on the jump shot. Teague's form is as pure as it gets.
Here's Sexton. Sweet little floater. Sexton's got 9 points here in the second half.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Gibson finds Teague. The shot, no good. Nance with some nice D. Inside, it's tipped and stolen by Jang. Now here's Teague. He's guarded closely. Here's Butler. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Sexton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the inside, Osman. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's only a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
And that's an area that Sexton must keep working on. The more he passes, the better his team looks.
Outside Butler. Here's Jang. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Now, this is, to me, where Zhang is really starting to improve, making moves inside that force the defender's hand.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shot.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
You'd be hard-pressed to find an area where Zhang's growth has not been seen. No longer a guy you can send to the line.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Sexton. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Never a doubt on those free throws, and their lead is even more secure.
Teague against Clarkson. Johnson outside. 4 on the shot clock. Over Gibson. Doesn't go for him. And Minnesota now the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside Butler. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, we all understand at this point how difficult it is to corral Jimmy Butler. There's more evidence right there. He draws the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. 1:03 left in the 4th. Here's Clarkson. Goes up high for the 2-handed dunk.
Wow, big-time move by Jordan Clarkson. The defense forced to adjust. That's an incredible drive.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Outside Butler. There's the 3. Joe Johnson pulls it in. The Cavaliers on offense. There's 39 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Sinks it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Center stage with the game in the balance. Jordan Clarkson, no problem.
Butler with the ball. .23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's the teardrop, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Timeout.
Butler's got 42 in the game.
Well, we know Jimmy wants to get to the cup, but sometimes the defense forces you to modify things. How pretty was his floater? Woo!
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're trailing by 7. We've got 13 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
And obviously, look, they want to finish the game strong, but right now, look at the frustration on their faces.
It's very evident, Greg. You can tell they're upset. They've got to calm down and simply play this one possession at a time.
Hits it from three-point range.
Well, George Hill, year after year, is willing to be the big shot maker.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
They just got that.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're trailing by 6. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Ooh, a tough proposition here. They've got to knock down a 3, foul, hope for some misses, then make another 3. I would not hold out much hope.
And stolen by Wiggins. And so the Timberwolves take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jimmy, you have been outspoken about the need for maximum effort. Was it part of your plan to grab wins like the one we saw tonight?
It wasn't a part of my plan, but whatever works, works. I think we got a bunch of talented guys, and at times we forget how hard we got to play. On the road, at home, this is how we got to play basketball.
Jimmy, thanks for the time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.